episode of the Discovery Pod with Eve. I am Eve Richards. We've got an exciting show today with someone who is actually my friend, Tara Harris, who is the founder of FemiFlex. We'll delve into Tara's background in a few minutes. So please make sure you watch this episode on the Discovery Pod with Eve's YouTube channel, or you could listen to us on your favorite podcast platform. I am joined today by my friend, Mandy Faison. She's an actress, she's a dancer, and she's a costume designer, originally from Texas. She's also a single mother. Mandy, welcome back to the Discovery Pod with Eve.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Of course.
You are an inspiration, and you are so encouraging. I just want you to know that. I feel empowered when I'm with you in the studio.
Oh, that is so sweet. You too. I mean, kudos to all the single mothers. Your journey, your story is very inspirational. And tell the audience something about you. I know you've got two exciting things that you're working on, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. You know, I do think that being a single mother has made me stronger. Feel some tears coming up in that one. And a lot of it is spiritual and on the inside, but also it has helped me find a way to be resilient in my work. And for instance, one of the features I'm currently costume designing, I'm having to be very resourceful because it is like a huge ambitious project on a very small budget, but I'm used to stretching $1 as a single mother. So I'm like, no problem. We'll figure it out. It's,
oh my goodness.
All about creative choices.
I am so proud of Mandy. When we connected immediately, we actually sat together at the Emmys, Television Academy's Emmys party, and we just clicked right there. You've got such an infectious energy. You're such a positive person, and I'm so glad we could do this together. Obviously, the holidays are fast approaching. Christmas, Thanksgiving. I don't know when this episode is going to air, so folks, don't be mad if this airs in Jan, but we're talking about the holiday season because it's that time of the year when we're actually taping.
Okay,
so
like
what are
leave
your
my
favorite
Christmas
plans?
Up till Valentine's Day, so it's okay.
So what are your plans for the holidays?
Oh, I just hope I get to see my kids. We're all separated at the moment because I'm here in LA pursuing my dreams. My daughter is in Tampa, Florida with her fiance, and my son with his wife and baby in Illinois. So it's really hard to navigate trying to be in so many places at once.
Yeah.
But we always manage to come home together. So we just don't know exactly whose home that will be yet.
Fantastic. And I'm so happy to hear you've got all this exciting projects. So folks, Mandy's journey is truly inspiring. And this next story with my dear friend Tara is truly inspiring. Mm-hmm. I am so glad we get to speak to her, a visionary. She started her brand. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am thrilled to welcome my friend Tara Harris, the visionary founder and CEO of FemiFlex. Tara's journey is a remarkable story of innovation born from personal challenges. After facing discomfort following surgery, she refused to accept the limitations of traditional undergarments and instead created a groundbreaking solution, a pantyless liner with a unique peel and stick application. This transformative innovation not only revolutionized comfort for women, but also speaks to a broader story of resilience and empowerment. Tara, it is so good to have you on the Discovery Pod today. Welcome.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I have been waiting to get my story out there for many more viewers to hear my story, and I am just elated to be here to embellish upon that and tell you guys all about how I started, where FemiFlex currently is in this journey, and all of that.
Sounds good. Did you actually meet Roger? You're going to meet Roger later. Have you seen Roger? He's there. He's somewhere there, right? He's going to say hi. So
I would love to just thank you for being brave enough to share something that was such a personal discomfort and to turn it into a product for the masses. So congratulations on that. And
Thank you.
maybe you could share with us the inner strengths that you discovered during that process that you didn't know you had.
Oh, absolutely. So let's start and take it back from day one. First of all, I never thought that I would be on this entrepreneurial journey. My career has always been in HR. I thought I was going to climb the ladder. I got my MBA in Human Resources Business Management in 2018. I finished. Had a medical procedure, and while I was in that healing process, I loved to wear my Lululemon leggings, my aloe leggings, my leather leggings from Theory. So I am a bold body conscious woman. So I'm always conscious about the things that I wear, how I look when I walk outside my door. Showing a panty line in your clothing is just a fashion faux. I never personally liked it. I don't like to see it on other women. I hate to see that one side is higher than the other. I mean, in my opinion, it dates you. And so I'm saying to myself, how am I going to manage this? Because I am a person who needs the moisture absorbent, like most women. A lot of women have the secretion and the discharge, the things that we don't like to talk about. That's very unsettling and uncomfortable for some women, but most women get it because we both, and I think majority of women share those same issues and concerns, right? So when I approach women and talk about this, they get it. They get it.
Yeah.
And I asked them, I said, well, how many of you guys have woke up on a Saturday, Sunday morning, taken a bath or a shower, put on your robe, you don't want to put on any clothes, you walk around your home, and then 2 hours later you feel like, I'm gonna have to go put some underwear on because I'm gonna have to take another shower again. So that's really how I came up with Femi Flex Pantyless Liner. I said, my God, if we have it for a woman, for the nipples, for women that like to go backless in beautiful dresses, why don't we have anything for our most valuable lady part? And so that was that light bulb moment that I had. And
Wow.
it just transformed into an idea, a concept, got the product, took me 4 years to find a manufacturing company and to get it to market. So my struggles was to find a manufacturing company that would even do this because they were like, no, we don't put adhesive on an upside of a panty liner. We can make you one with the glue that sticks to the panty. I said, well, that's not my product. So during this whole thing, I started to visualize what it would be like. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm really embarking on something that's innovative. So that's when I decided to do the what do you call it, the trademarks, the provisional patent, which is the first step that you do, and then you get a year after that to do the utility patent, right? So that's what I did. So doing all of this and having no clue, no idea, no experience, no input, no guidance, did it all on my own.
Wow. That's fantastic. So I know you and I, we've been talking, we spoke last night, but one of the things that how did you come up with that name? I think it's such an innovative name. Tell us, how did you come up with the name?
So while I was building upon the product, I had to come up with a name for the company, for the brand. I wanted to be something that speaks femininity, flexibility, oh, for women. So I'm gonna tell you a short story. So before I was Femi Flex, I was Femi Free. Okay,
Oh,
Nice.
file the trademark with the USPTO for Femi Free. Because it's about freedom and liberation. This is what my brand, my vision, my lifestyle. And then I received a cease and desist letter from
oh,
Edgewell Personal
wow.
Care. So Edgewell Personal Care is the brand that we've been using for over 100 years that owns Stay Free and Carefree.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so they sent me a cease and desist letter.
That's a
So I had
flex
to get
right
an
there to
attorney.
receive that.
Yeah, so I received that letter through email. They showed up at my door
Ooh,
and a physical copy of the cease and desist letter through the mail.
wow. Was this when you were
Very
living in
scary.
was this when you were living in LA?
That is correct. This is when I was living in LA. So I had to get an attorney, and they basically told me it would cost me $100,000 just to fight the name, and I could still lose. Like, they don't
Wow.
own the name free. Nobody owns free, but to fight someone, an organization that big, that
Mm.
size, and I haven't made it to market, I was just told to rebrand.
Wow.
So, and therefore, Femi Flex was born. Thank God, always. I think always is owned by Procter and Gamble. Thank God they didn't come after me for Femi Flex. And Femi Flex is approved, it's live, it's registered, have my certifications. So I'm excited about that. And that's kind of how all that happened. So that's how I came up with the name Femi, because I wanted to be feminine free.
Yeah.
So now it's Femi Flex. It's all about still giving women freedom and
Hmm.
liberation. And Femi Flex is for the flexible woman.
Amazing. Do you actually have the product there that you could, so our
I
audience?
do.
Uh,
I do. So here is, I have three SKUs right now. I have a 2-pack, a 4-pack, and a box of 28. So this is the actual product. I'm going to kind of show it to you. I'm going to open it and show you how innovative FemiFlex is. So they are all individually wrapped with my brand, with my logo. Okay. You open this. Okay, let's see. Come on.
While you're
Where's
opening
that
that, I
flap?
just want to say, as a
Yes.
costumer in film and television, every costume department should have these on
oh,
hand for
wow.
the actresses, because in time of need, these would solve so many problems with different wardrobe issues.
Oh my God,
Oh,
yes.
yes.
So we are trying to do that because I know there are like intimate scene coordinators and
Yes.
things.
The
So here it is. So I did not recreate the wheel. I basically took an already panty liner on the market. I shortened it, okay,
Hmm.
because we didn't need it to be so long. So consulted with about 4 or 5 gynecologists and was told no matter a woman is a size 2 or size 32, the actual makeup of a woman's anatomy is pretty much the same size unless you're abnormal. So I did not have to do anything like a small, medium, or large, right? So so
We're
they
all
all
learning
come
so much
We're
here,
individually.
aren't we,
learning.
Roger?
So here
Roger
it
is
is right
laughing.
here. Here it is right here. And then all you do is just peel the um, protective layer off. The borders is the stickiness. That is what sticks to the body. The cotton here, the center, is what actually touches your body part, which is the same exact materials that are used in our current panty liner sanitary napkins that are already on the market. So, ladies, there you go. It's different and unique by design and use. So we're hoping next month that we will be granted a notice of allowance from the Patent Trademark Office, and I will make history uh, as a Black woman who created the world's first pantyless panty liner for all
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
women.
That's
So
That's
thank you,
fantastic, Tara. I'm so proud of you.
thank
and
you, thank you, thank you.
um so when you say flex, I just have to add, I see that as like your muscle flex. Like, you, this is a big achievement. So I think there's a double meaning to that for you as well, as far as female empowerment, having that feminine flex, right? Like,
Oh my God, absolutely. I want to empower every woman that I come in contact with, that if I could do this and had no idea, had no desire to be an entrepreneur or to even branch out on something and make a product, develop it, design it, prototype it, test it. I had none of that. I had no experience. I had no guidance. I did
Wow.
it all on my own. So I'm telling you,
Congratulations.
oh my God, yeah, it's like learning. learning as you go and not giving up on your dream. When manufacturers company told me, no, we don't put silicone on a feminine hygiene product and the adhesive does not go on the upside. Well, I said, sir, mine do. Thank you very much. And I kept looking, networking, asking people until I finally got introduced to someone who had an insight of the manufacturing company that's currently manufacturing my product now. Able Manufacturing, they are located in Ontario,
That's
California.
wonderful.
And yes, so it's amazing. And since then, I have found other manufacturing companies that can also manufacture the product as well, because when you're dealing with such an innovative product, you can't have all your eggs in one basket.
Of
You
course.
need to continue to have options. But right now, and that's kind of how I got my start in the very first manufacturing company to manufacture my products.
So I've actually used it, you know this, and I love it. I
Thank
love the product. I mean, you know that when you sent it, I told you. So I mean, like anything else, it's people would not know this, but it's very challenging to start a business. Tell us, where are you in this journey? I know I get to see all your amazing videos and all of that on Instagram, and I know you're trying to
you.
take this to the next level so you can get that international exposure. So where are you in this journey?
So let's just start where being an entrepreneur, you should turn every stone before you accept any money from any venture capitalist, an angel investor, or anybody. You should really um, dilute all of yours before you start giving up equity in your company. So I have been able to do that, not without stress and sacrifices,
Mm-hmm.
and to get the product to where it is, meaning I had to buy raw materials, I had to buy tooling, I had to buy packaging, I had to pay for a custom website developer. You have to pay influencers to post. I mean, even to get on platforms such as Amazon, there are fees. So you do need some type of working capital. So right now, I'm at a stage right now where I am trying to bring on investors, people that can see the vision, see the potential of this, and not have this be to be a missed opportunity for people that couldn't see vision in like an Uber, people who didn't see the vision in like Sarah Blakely. So let me say, shout out to Sarah Blakely. Love her. She's so inspiring. I follow her on Instagram. I follow her on LinkedIn, and she's actually has responded to one of my posts on Instagram before. So I hope this podcast gets to her. She's able to hear it because
Of
I have
course.
nothing but admiration for Sarah Blakely. To hear her story about how she started Spanx is very similar to how I started FemiFlex when nobody wanted to give me a chance. And they were like, no, we don't see people not wearing underwear. And I'm saying, okay, so it's a very niche audience. So I get that it's not for every woman, but there is enough women out here on the face of this earth that I know could take FemiFlex to the moon. And that's the audience that I'm targeting, and the audience that I believe will see the vision and not want to miss out on an opportunity, because I have my life into this. So
Mm-hmm.
I know that if I can do this, anybody can. And I have the drive, I have the patience, I have the determination, I have the faith, I have the diligent work ethics. This will be successful, and I hope that people can see that, and people who come along with me and get in at the ground level will be able to give back. And I could, God can use me as a vessel to give people financial freedom, and we could give back to the community and help inspire, lead, motivate other female entrepreneurs couldn't who who couldn't think that they could do something like this.
We love talking about how transformative mentorship is in the and how significant it is in a leader's journey. And you are pioneering something. You're doing something that no one's ever done before. So I wanted to ask how do you as an entrepreneur, also doing something you've never done before, no one's done before, navigate through those highs and lows? How do you handle the roller coaster, whether it's like your process in the morning of how you handle the challenges or the really bad days when you have to make yourself get out of bed?
Oh my God, good question. Lots of tears. I just created something called my 5 S's, right? My 5 S words to success. And I mean, you are going to struggle. I've struggled, still struggling. I've made sacrifices. I have stress, and there is starvation. And not starvation doesn't mean necessarily always food, but you do starve yourself of things that were normal in your life for your business, right? So those are the 4 S's, right? And that last S is success. So that last S of success makes all the previous S's worth it. The sacrifices, the struggle, the stress, the starvation, and that last S of success. So I would have to say that. So building your own business, it's not easy. It's not for everyone. Everybody else would have given up if it took them 4 years to find a manufacturing company. People would just sit and talk about it and not continue to grind every day, to network and ask people, do you know anybody? I need my product. This is what my product is. Do you know anybody in manufacturing? I mean, I had no idea. So you have to network. You have to be able to speak. You have to be able to go up to strangers and ask them for help, referrals, follow up,
Yeah.
not bugging them, but following up with people who say that they know someone that may know someone that may know someone. And that's kind of how I got to where I am. And that's truly been my journey, is you just don't give up. If you truly believe in something, you don't give up, even when somebody else does not see your vision. If you know your vision, you don't give up. It's only delusional until it makes sense and it's popular. I think that's one of Sarah Blakely's slang. It's only delusional until it works. Uber was only delusional until it got popular and people now like, oh my God, whoever thought that people would use their own personal cars for a taxi? Well,
Yeah.
that innovative person did, right? And Sarah Blakely is one of them. And, you know, Elon Musk and all the other people who've created so many innovative things that you didn't think that would work. I even look at other feminine hygiene products, such as the period panties, the cups. Feminine hygiene is on a trend to increase to you know, wow, I think it was like 40 billion by 2036.
Wow.
Yeah, so FemiFlex will definitely be in that genre.
That's amazing. So, Tara, I'm going to embarrass you now. I'm going to switch gears and we're going to come back to that. I'm going to ask you a personal question, because tell us, who's that special person in your life? Who's that guy?
Well, you know, I would have to say that me being on this journey, I take pride in my happiness and my peace. So Tara right now is a single woman that's ready to mingle. And I am looking for someone that could complement and bring happiness and joy to me, not take my happiness and joy away, but bring the happiness to me. So I strongly encourage the future, my potential mate out there to bring in the happiness and support and grow together and try to live a happy, healthy life. And that's kind of where I am.
Wow. And there's someone out there here in LA who would hear this and say, wow. Like, hey, I wish, you know.
It will take a very mature man to be able to handle you and this product.
That is correct. So it will take a man who's not intimidated by what I have done, what I'm embarking upon, and my accomplishment, my leadership, and my drive. So, if you're not a strong man, then I'm not the person for you.
We get back to that flex word again.
Totally. That's
So,
right. That's right.
what's next for Femiflex? Where, so what's next? How can folks, listeners really keep up with all of the exciting things happening with your company?
FemiFlex is has a really good presence on social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, and definitely my website. So that's how we keep people up to date to where we're going. So FemiFlex, once we get going with the first product, we will be um, diving into scrubs, body scrubs. I like the
Wow.
salt scrubs. I'm actually in talk. So it's going to be called Femi Spa, like
Oh,
a
wow.
spa day at home. So right now I'm in talks with manufacturers and distributors about making, salt scrubs for the line for our next product line, the FemiFlex, and then we will also have a unique boutique-ish activewear called Femi Activewear.
That's amazing. And from a
Yeah.
timing perspective, how soon are you hoping to launch these products?
I would say in the next 2 years. I would say in the next 2 years, we will definitely have the line of Femi Spa Day and then Femi Activewear. Yes.
Okay.
So, we like to ask this question just to get more
Okay.
personal. If you were hosting a dinner with any influential figures, three either from history or the present, who would they be, and what would your discussion hopefuls be for that conversation?
I would say it would have to be maybe Oprah Winfrey,
Hmm.
Okay.
and I would say Mark Cuban.
Oh, yeah, yes, that's a very good
That's a
one.
smart that's
I,
a smart answer.
yes.
Mark Cuban, you want to know why Mark Cuban is because listening to him speak
Yeah.
and listening and watching him on Shark Tank, I don't know him personally, but I've never heard anybody say anything bad about Mark Cuban. Mark
Hmm.
Cuban actually steps up to help people that he feels are being taken advantage of on Shark Tank. So
Wow.
he'll tell you, don't take that deal, bad deal. Let me do the deal with you because, his partners were trying to take advantage of the small business owner. So when a person steps up to do that with their own money, that speaks a lot of integrity. And I value that because if I was in that position, I would probably do the same thing.
Yeah.
I was
So,
Hmm.
I was going to ask you what could we possibly manifest for you, but I think that meeting between you and Mark Cuban and Oprah Winfrey is something we should try to
yeah.
manifest for you.
Didn't you apply to be on Shark Tank or something?
I did. So last year, I auditioned for Shark Tank. I made it to like the second or the third level where you, 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 I think it was in Palm Springs. So went to Palm Springs, did the audition, got an email later that I made it to the next round. So making it to the next round is putting yourself on video with answering probably about 12 questions. And you do that, you submit it to the producers look at it, and then you are waiting for tape day. If you are chosen, you wait for tape day. So yeah, didn't make it, didn't hear from anything, but that didn't stop me. So you don't let, because that door didn't open, that deters you from keep moving along in your journey for success. Would still love to do Shark Tank. I just didn't have the time to fly all over the place to audition for them, right? So having said that, I have managed to do all of my networking by going to networking conferences, participating in cohort programs, accelerator programs, applying for grants, and just meeting people like that. So this is how I met Eve.
Hmm.
Um, this is how I've met investors that I'm currently engaging with for engagement and investment in FemiFlex. So I'm very elated to say that, that was my journey. And, I just want to be a person that people look up to and be like, how did you do it? And I want to say, well, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
That's great advice. And I know that you're already doing it, right? So you're just trying to take it to the next level. So,
Hmm.
how do it's not an easy thing starting a business, especially knowing that you had a job and you gave all of it up.
Hmm.
You moved out of LA, moved back to the East Coast, and you're moving back to LA in Jan, because we know it's going to happen. How do you stay motivated? Because it's so difficult with all the rejections that you've been trying to work with investors. People keep promising, and then there's a setback. What keeps you grounded? Because we do speak on a weekly, sometimes twice a week, and I know how inspirational you are. Share with the audience what just keeps you grounded and motivated.
What keeps me grounded and motivated is the fact that I have a vision, I have a drive, I have a passion, and my life is in Flex. So if you value your life and you want to live quality life, you continue to stay focused. And I'm talking laser focus on your business until it's to a point of beyond success.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I am. I eat, live, and breathe Flex. I go to bed at night and have dreams about who I need to email the next day, who I need to follow up with the next day. What do I need to do now to advance Flex to get the word out there? So my mind is constantly spinning
Wow.
on different sales channels, networking channels for Flex because I'm a one woman show right now. I mean, I mean, I'm everything. I, do all the, uh, God, all the networking, working with the website guy, talking to manufacturers, toolings, influencers, distributors, manufacturers for, company paraphernalia, the logos, the USPTO trademark, the patents, investors, cohort programs. I do that all every day. I'm on the computer. I don't leave this is how bad it is. I don't leave the house without my computer
Wow.
because I have been out with girlfriends, with family members, and get something on my phone. And I'm like, I need to respond to this email. And we'll go get my computer, sit in the car, use my hotspot to answer an email or to send them an attachment or information that they need.
On
That's how, yeah, that's how I do it.
That's a lot, and on that, you're eat, breathing, like you're not stopping, and it is a one woman show, and
Mm-hmm.
burnout is real. So how
Yes, it
do
is.
you avoid burnout? How are you managing a life work balance at all, or do you have a moment of pause or some? What is your technique to avoid this burnout?
Well, in okay, in order for me to avoid going insane and
Insanity's
having
better.
moments, yes, having moments of insanity, I really take baths where I let Calgon take me away and I try to relax and get as much sleep as I possibly can because when I sleep, my mind kind of turns off. And I may have a dream or something. I wake up in the middle of the night, have to go to the bathroom and be like, okay, I need to send that email. But when I sleep, my mind turns off. So I really just try to not open a computer, but it's really hard not to because I have emails. You get this webinar you need to attend, this event you need to attend in New York and Texas and this and that, and you need to respond. So I would have to say, in order for me to avoid a burnout, is to just relax when I can
Hmm.
and let Calgon take me away because I'm a bath person. So let everybody know I do not take showers.
What is
Wow.
your favorite candle scent for your relaxing bath?
It would have to be cotton, fresh cotton,
Okay.
because I love the smell of fresh laundry with like using Tide.
Hmm.
So my, bath bubbles are always a fresh scent. But that's
Wow.
just me.
And I
It's always
know
a
that you want to buy a place in Italy, and so it's going to happen next year. And I'm just so proud of your journey. I'm proud of just that drive, motivation, where you were able to pick up, move out of LA because you really want to see this, and it's getting there. So for listeners and viewers, how do they get, I know you're on Amazon, how do they purchase your products, Femiflex?
Mhm. Yes. So FemiFlex is available to purchase on Amazon.com, Walmart.com, and also Femiflex.com, my website. So let me address the moving and relocating from LA to Georgia. I was originally raised in Georgia and then moved to LA, at a very young age. But when I tell you the drive that I have, I gave up. I told my mom, I was like, okay, well, this is what I'm going to have to do. I need to cut the overhead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're paying patent trademark attorneys. Every time these guys send you an email, you can send them an email. You don't even talk to them. You send them an email. I get an invoice that it took them 5, 10 minutes to read an email, and that 5 or 10 minutes at their hourly rate is 60, $70.
Yeah.
So when you are working, you have a car note, you got bills, you got Affleck, you got your insurance, you got your 401k, you want to eat, you got a cell phone bill, you have all of this overhead. So I made the tough decision, and it didn't come without a lot of tears,
Mm-hmm.
to give up my apartment in Los Angeles, to cut back on the overhead, to move back with my mom while I can continue to focus on my business and hold on to my business when
Wow.
people try to take advantage of me at a very early stage in the
Yeah.
business growth and offered me $100,000 for 40% of my company.
Wow.
Let that sink in. $100,000 for 40%.
Wow.
I would be broke right now and would be working my ass off and would probably be like a 30, 40% owner, because that 100 grand was a lot to me then. And I needed that money, but I know the value of what I hold.
Yeah.
So it did not compare. So I made the very tearful decision to give up my apartment so that I could hold on to the majority of my company. And I
Wow.
thank God I did that. It
Good
was the
for
best
you.
decision I ever made. So right now I am a 98% owner in
Congratulations.
FemiFlex. And when the patent, hopefully it will get approved next month. And then, it just takes me and adds more value to FemiFlex and
Yeah.
just takes me to a whole different level. But that's the sacrifice that I gave up for my company. So people who hear my story understand that. They was like, well, we really believe in you and your drive and your passion, because this is what you need to make this successful. I need Procter and Gamble to see how innovative this is, how, partnering with FemiFlex could set them apart from their competitors, and let me work with you to grow this, to reach that audience, and to educate the women, because it is a learning curve,
Yeah.
because it's so new that people don't get it. They don't get it. The young girls at college calls it a coochie sticker. A
I
coochie
like that
sticker.
name.
That's your hashtag. I like
Yeah.
that.
But you're collaborating with, like, is it Delta and United, or what's the partnership?
I,
So,
yes. So FemiFlex right now is an approved vendor with Delta Airlines, American
oh,
Airlines,
wow.
and just recently United
United.
Airlines. Yes.
Congratulations.
I mean, I am so proud of you. I think your story, so many people are going to be inspired by your journey, because you gave up your lifestyle in LA because you wanted to make this happen. And you had someone that you were dating who could have stepped up to the plate and said, you know what? Don't move to the East Coast. Stay with me. But they didn't. But you know what? You didn't let that stop you. What
I
an
didn't let it
incredible
stop
story.
me.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So we're down to the last 3 minutes. What
Okay.
advice are you going to give anyone out there who's trying to do something similar, who wants to mimic what you've done?
My advice to anybody, man or woman, young or old, is to not give up on your dreams, no matter how dim the lights may be.
Yeah.
If you still see a glimmer of light, you keep reaching for that light, and that light will get bigger and bigger and bigger. But I want to say is, when you reach that last S, which is success, and when you look back on the people that stood there and watched you starve, struggle, and sacrifice, that didn't help you when they could, I want you to take that and leave them where they are. Don't be that person that holds on to a grudge, but take that and let that empower you.
Incredible.
To move on.
Tara,
because that's what I'm going through.
This has been incredible having you on. I mean, your journey is inspiring, and I hope for all the investors and financial, folks out there who are listening, I hope they get to contact you. You're on Instagram, you're on TikTok, Facebook, your website. Please plug your website so folks can follow you on all of those. Your web, femiflex.com, right? That's the awesome. There, thank you so much. I am so honored that you're able to come talk to us today. Mandy.
Know your value and be willing to get a PhD. Poor, broken, hungry, right? The payoff's going to be huge for you.
What
I'm
an
very proud of you.
inspiring episode. Mandy, what did you make out of this?
Well, I'm going to definitely have these in my toolkit, in my set bag for sure. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to start plugging your product.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you guys so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you watch this episode on the Discovery Pod with Eve's YouTube channel, or you could listen to us on your favorite podcast platform. Roger Neal, thank you so much for all of this, producing this episode. Of course, Jamie over there, thank you for all the behind the scenes work that you're doing. Mandy, thank you so much for joining me on this. My dear friend Tara, so good to see you. Talk to you later today. Love you.
Lovely
Bye,
meeting
everyone.
you. Bye.
Bye.